that external validation isn't really something that I seek or trust. So for me, fame is definitely not something that I seek, but it's also not really something that I feel.
This is Image Unscripted podcast, presented by the NAACP and hosted by me, Jemele Hill. Image Unscripted features candid conversations with its brightest Black voices, discussing pivotal life moments, giving them their flowers for advancing the community. Today, we've got Critics' Choice Award winner Miles Caton, the young star of Sinners, where he captivated audiences in his magnetic role as blues guitar playing Sammy Moore. Joining him on our couch is Jaz Sinclair, star of Gen V, who plays the powerful Marie Moreau. And earlier this year was even honored for her work, receiving the Most Promising Talent Award at the International Monte Carlo Television Festival. Rounding out our crew today, we've got Tyriq Withers, breakout star of the movie Him, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and his newest film, Reminders of Him. And of course, we'll also get into what representation means to them and how they are including their own narratives into this mosaic of culture. Welcome, you all. Thank you all for joining me here on Image Unscripted. You all looking like new money, looking moisturized, looking healthy. Come on, guys.
Appreciate it.
Listen, this has been incredible years for all of you all. You know, you've done a lot of things. You are the epitome of booked and busy. So I'm going to throw this question out to the group. And Miles, I'm going to put the pressure on you to answer first.
Hey.
All right. And y'all jump.
No Happy New Year, no nothing.
We're getting right to it.
We're too far
into the new. We got to get rolling.
It's been a week.
Yes, it has been. We too far into it. I get the rule of you tell people Happy New Year if you haven't seen them, but no, we too far.
It's the New Year because it's finally not raining. You know, it's like a couple of days of sunshine.
Okay, you know? Well, that also works as well. Yeah. I'm gonna start this question off with you, and I want the whole group to answer. Now that you have had the success, fame, does it feel like how you thought it would feel?
It's a good question. I think so. In some ways, I think it varies, but yeah, I think it's kind of how you see it on the TV. But I mean, I think everybody internalizes it differently, you know. And I think, like ultimately, what your goal is or what you're chasing is what's important. And I think that's what kind of dictates how you navigate through things. I mean, outside of, you know, music and acting, I feel like I'm a pretty introverted person. Like I just be chilling in the house. I don't really, you know, I'm not like out too much. So aside from that, I'm not, you know, attention is not really my thing. So I feel like when that's the goal, when it's like the art and you just really love to create, you kind of can just like all the other stuff and, you know, the interviews and the press and all that stuff, it kind of comes with the game and you can navigate it that way. So, yeah.
I think that the idea of success is still a spectrum for me. You know, I think what is success? I think on the journey of pursuing the acting, I think I've had some successful moments, but I'm always on that pursuit of like self-healing. And I think it's not what I thought it would be like. You know, a few years ago, you know, you get into this industry and you think it's going to be one thing, and then all the attention on you just makes you reflect. And I think these past few months I've been falling in love with myself and healing the inner child. And I think it, you know, so many eyes and opinions thrown at you, you refer back to the only one that matters, which is yourself. And so I've been redefining my why and bringing more depth to my journey, because if you create to be famous, then you're always chasing that fame. And I think the stories all of us here have indulged in art that has more meaning, that has a bigger message than itself. And I think as long as I'm on that pursuit, I'm in the right category.
Yeah, I relate to what both of you guys are saying. I'm also pretty introverted. I really like being home. I really like my dog and my friends and food and, you know, so that external validation isn't really something that I seek or trust. So for me, fame is definitely not something that I seek, but it's also not really something that I feel. Like I don't really like relate to the idea of being famous kind of at all. I think I just am existing, and then there's people like watching me online, which is only a tiny percentage of what's really going on. So I try not to digest that too deeply. And then, then people will come up to me and they're very nice. So I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that thing. Thank you. But as far as like fame as a concept, it's not really something that I like need or care much about, to be honest.
Y'all are way too adjusted to be at this age. You're like, I mean, because I'm just thinking of myself at your age, and I was like, oh my God, I would have said something totally ridiculous and preposterous. So I appreciate the fact that you have enough depth and perspective to like understand what this is. But, now that you're in it and you are famous, and I know I can see why that label would make you a little bit uncomfortable. What about being famous, or what's something about being famous that you wish someone would have told you that you didn't expect?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I think with the idea of fame, I wish somebody would have told me is the level of responsibility you have in being perceived. Even when we don't think we're being perceived. And I'm a new kid on the block, and I'm just scratching the surface, so I can only imagine how these people who've been in it for decades feel. And so I think the level of responsibility, how you carry yourself, you never know who's watching. I think you have an idea, but I think, putting art out into the world this past year, you start to see who and how it affects people in the most peculiar levels, and I think I didn't really get that until people are confiding in me in their trauma, or I felt seen in your work here, and I don't think it would have deterred me, but I think it would have added more depth earlier to my chase of this film world. So I think that will be mine.
I think no, for sure. I definitely think the pressure is definitely I think a big element. The idea of, I think it's a balance of, that pressure and like kind of being under the microscope, and you want to represent yourself in the best way possible, and like you I think you carry that where you go, but then it's also, you're putting work out there, you're putting, your talent out there for people to, like perceive, or for people to, resonate with. So it's like you can't really dictate, how, your art makes somebody feel, or what, what they comment about, or how they feel about it. So I think it's just, I think talking about that and like kind of understanding that more early on would probably would just prepare me a little more for it. But I feel like understanding that now, I'm able to navigate it, better.
I think what I wish somebody had told me, like in the like, becoming somebody that people are aware of as a Black woman, is that not everybody's gonna love that you're doing well. I'd like definitely kind of found out the hard way that like some people are super excited and supportive of your work and your presence in general, and then other people are like, why you? And so kind of having to face that pretty early in my career was a little shocking and uncomfortable for sure. So I think I wish I had been a little bit more armed for that, like, you're also going to get some haters. Yeah.
I want to follow up on that with you in particular because of Gen V and the type of work that you do. Like, this is a supernatural world where you're dealing with a different type of fan, right? Because I know, like, you were at Comic-Con. I've been at Comic-Con, and you know how they show up. They showing up as you, or showing up in full outfits. These are a really committed fan base, and you've seen other Black actors in those worlds go through a level of scrutiny, and as you said, people thinking you don't belong in the comic or supernatural world. So how do you handle that backlash?
Well, actually, it's kind of the opposite experience. I think because I had been just a little bullied, to be honest, like early on in my career, I was ready to piss people off just by being a Black female superhero. And just, yeah, the superhero fan base in general can be very misogynistic and, you know, limited, and they want things a certain way. And so I was kind of gearing up for a little bit more hate, but actually people have been so supportive and just like generally very excited to see me in this role and like really kind. Yeah, I actually don't have any bad experiences as far as fans with this role so far, which is amazing.
You guys all came from very, very different backgrounds in terms of how your success started. Was there a moment, or maybe it was more than one moment, where you felt like you weren't sure if you could actually do this? Not like the work itself, but like become successful and become, you know, not necessarily famous, but, you know, really dive in and get a chance to be a working actor. You know, was there a moment where you said to yourself, I'm not really sure I can do this?
Every day.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think coming from, I was born in Florida, in and out of Chicago, so it was so far
Duval,
from
right?
Duval County. Yep,
Good old Jacksonville.
And it, like, there was no real like way into the arts, and so I think you just kind of never knew. You just had like this delusional confidence of like, oh, I'm yearning for something greater and deeper than what I am currently doing, which was education and or sports. So I think a big pivotal time in my life was, I think when COVID hit, I was graduating college and I had like 2 roads to go into like work in HR or like try acting. And I think that was the moment where I had the deepest fear of like, I don't know if I can do this, but I still chose to do it anyway. And in that pursuit, I think it's this constant, you know, cycle of, okay, I think I can do it. Oh, wait. I think I can do it. Oh, wait. And I think that's the beauty of it. I think that's the beauty of life. I think that's the beauty of what we do as actors. We, despite our insecurities, we choose to, you know, show our bellies to the universe on sets, and we fail, we try again. We know what it's like to do another one, and you know, like what you have to do. You're singing on set, you know, you're playing instruments, and so it's a very vulnerable thing. And I think living in that vulnerability is why is how you speak to the world. And I think, yeah, it's a constant cycle. Even like right now, tomorrow I'll wake up like, okay, we gotta figure something out. So,
Right.
Miles, did you go through that at all? Of
Yeah, I mean, I think
wondering if you could do it?
yeah, there's always. I mean, this project in particular was just like so crazy. It's like it's still sometimes crazy to think about, like how everything. I just felt like everything happened so fast, but there was definitely doubt, you know, throughout the whole process. But I feel like you always know like when it's like something you can do. Like I think you always have to make it a point to step out of your comfort zone and never be too comfortable, because, you know, you become stagnant. You know, there's no growth, there's no progress. So for this one, I feel like I was jumping like off a building, but with no parachute. But
Yeah.
What was giving you that feeling? And you're talking about your experience on Sinners, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, it's everything. It's Ryan Coogler, it's Michael B. Jordan. It's the whole idea of the film, it being, you know, original and having so many different genres and elements to it. You know, it kind of felt like, you know, something that we had never seen before. And I think that's always kind of a scary feeling when it's like you're creating something new that the world has, you know, yet to perceive or make of. So you don't know, you know, exactly how it's going to pan out, you know? So I think it's just, you know, working through that. When you feel like it's something special and it's something that can be different, I think pushing past that doubt and that fear is, you know, always the way to go.
and I feel like, I don't know what this is like, but extra responsibility, because you are, I feel, in my opinion, the heartbeat of that film. And I remember watching it in 70 millimeter in LA at the LA screening, and leaving that theater, and we share an agent. And I texted our agent immediately. I was like, Miles, a star,
Right.
you know? So I just want to give you your flowers in that.
Appreciate
And
that,
holding
bro.
the weight, not only one Michael B. Jordan, two, you know? And it's your first film.
Facts, yeah.
Man, I'm very inspired by your
Appreciate
work,
it,
so
bro.
thank you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll ask both of you this because Sinners is, I think, probably for 2024, definitely one of the most important movies that was made. You know, you talked about how you felt as an artist watching his work. Jazz, how did you feel about this movie and like what it kind of brought to the industry?
For Sinners?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. First of all, I also loved it. I thought it was excellent. I thought your performance was excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautifully shot. The story is amazing. The performances are incredible. And also, like, I just loved the risks that the film took. I mean, that whole sequence when we're time traveling through music, that scene literally made me cry. I just was like, you know, because it's all present all of the time. And I just thought that was like a really brave part of that movie. And then also just like the supernatural twist. I love everything supernatural. And then the hive mind of it all. Like, I don't know. I just really felt like this film was like pushing barriers as far as storytelling, because it felt like you know what it is and then it changes. And then you think you know what it is and then it changes. So I also loved Sinners.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think the beautiful thing about acting is what I've come to realize is like whenever I'm performing, I feel like there's always a soundtrack under whatever's happening visually. And I think Sinners is the epitome of that. It three-dimensionalizes the music and you bring it to screen, and to sing from a place that's so soulful, you know, I think that's beyond talent, that's beyond the gift. And it was just a blessing to witness that and constantly feel it, because like that's iconography. I don't know if you know, but that's how I feel. And it's going to go down in history as like one of the greatest performances. So thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes. Y'all making them blush over here a little
But
bit.
it feels really special to be a part of that. You know, it's like, I think I was like 12 the first time I saw Black Panther, and I remember being in the theater and just being mind blown by just seeing us like on the screen portrayed in that way. And you know, Ryan's work, I think you kind of see like, you know, how he, you know, structures his films. Is always cultural, it's always has like a deep impact, but it's got so many other things around it that, you know, make it, you know, so interesting for people to watch. So the fact that I, you know, could be a part of something like that is just mind blowing.
Yeah, it is amazing how he's able to do that time and again. Because even with Black Panther 2, with Wakanda Forever, when I saw the trailer when it dropped, I texted him and I was like, no shit, I literally have tears in my eyes just watching the trailer. So I was like, I can't wait to see the rest of the film. Now, since we're talking about bold, edgy work, Tyriq, definitely want to ask you about him.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know whether to be, I was a mixture of intrigued and terrified watching that movie.
Same.
You know, it's something dark about it, but I guess because sports is my background, understanding how athletes think and work, and obviously you were an athlete, you have that mentality, but how did you emotionally push yourself in that movie to bring out what we saw on screen?
I think that ties into your question earlier, is what I wish people would have told me before I pursued this passion. I think we're all mosaics, a collection of our own experiences, whether it was joyful moments, trauma. And I think coming into that set, it was, you know, my first big lead, and I could relate to the character on a whole different level. I played college football, sports, and I think I flew close to the sun when it came to that, where Cameron K is my character's name. You know, I kind of use my own personal experiences, the feeling of not being good enough, the feeling of being neglected by a parent, or, you know, trying to make your parents proud. You know, I think the external validation of, okay, I scored a touchdown today, I scored a goal. I know what that feels like. It's very personal to me. And I think even switching into the arts, I'm still struggling with that, where you know, when you play sports, there's statistics, there's validation, there's coaches that tell you, okay, you're good, so you go here. And I think art is like, it's very subjective. And with this character, I used a lot of my own personal trauma. There's a scene where he's talking about his father who passed away, and I think we all can relate to that level of grief. And it just kind of redefined my relationship with grief. You know, before I had such a angry relationship with grief, and then doing this movie, I think I realized that grief is actually a beautiful tragedy. I think when you share it, you make others feel seen. And I think not only you grieve like family members or friends, you grieve who you once were. I think that's the pursuit of greatness. That's what my character was struggling with, where, the innocence, the grief of the innocence. So it just made me hone in on what grief truly is. And so, and it just healed me as a person because I used my own personal experiences, and I just made a better version of Tyriq. That's how I brought that character to life.
Now, Miles, I know you had to learn to play the guitar. You were in a little bit different situation because you actually played football. So, it's not like you had to learn how to throw.
I had to learn how to throw. I didn't know how to throw.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What position did you play before?
I played wide receiver, so I could catch.
But I just assumed, even those who play different positions, sometimes they coming up through PAL, they might play a little quarterback or something.
I trained for a while with actual NFL quarterbacks.
Who'd you train with?
So Jordan Palmer, he's a NFL quarterback coach. So you had people like Josh Allen that came in, and I got to watch them work, and I just got into the mix. Joe Milton. I don't want to get it wrong. Was it Tennessee that he played for?
Yes, you are correct. Yes.
And then now he play for the Cowboys, I believe. But I just say this: you show up and you're like, "Hi, I'm an actor," and it took me a while to.
But you're a competitor, so I'm sure part of you was trying to.
And part of that was telling the movie is you live in that competition. When you have somebody like Marlon Wayans to go against, it produces.
Yeah.
Jazz, you have played such interesting characters, to say the least. Because I was thinking about you from the movie. Was it When the Bow Breaks? Right. You play a terrific psychopath.
Thanks so much.
Yes, you do. But it seems like that what is the consistent theme in your work is you are pushing and stretching yourself and finding ways to frankly elevate how a lot of Black women are seen in these major roles. So when you are thinking about a project, what is it that comes first for you? Is it the story? Is it the character? How do you evaluate what you want to be a part of?
I think it is the character for me. Just because as a Black woman who grew up, I felt like I didn't necessarily always feel represented or didn't see the kind of complex stories that I wanted to see, or just wanted to see more of them. And so for me, I do really care about characters that are not perfect. I don't want to play any two-dimensional characters. I don't want to play a character that starts somewhere and ends in that same place. So I'm always looking for somebody with flaws, because I think it humanizes us. I think it's important to do that and not just say, oh, you're the smart one, or, you're the whatever. I want to watch the human experience, and I want to play roles that really embody the different facets of that. And so, something that I look for in a character is somebody who's not perfect, because I find it more interesting.
Now, like Miles, you kind of connect music and acting.
Yeah.
How do those fuse together for you?
I mean, I just love music so much. I'm listening to music constantly. I'm always trying to find new artists. I'm always writing songs and singing and sharing music with my friends. And so as far as how it connects to acting, it's just never not a part of my life and my days. And so, I'll make playlists for characters, and hopefully we'll have my songs, in the soundtracks as well. But they are kind of separate right now, which I also don't hate. I like that I get to go and work on something that somebody else wrote and then go home and write how I feel.
Tyriq, you said something earlier about actors and insecurities. And I think most audiences, people who watch you all, can't imagine what you all would be insecure about. But I don't know why they would think that, but I get it because of we're going off what we see off screen. But I'd love for all of you to answer this, but of course, Tyriq, we can start with you. How do you deal with the self-doubt? Because you're kind of in a rejection business. Like, you guys are going to hear way more no's than yeses. So like, how do you handle and cope with the self-doubt?
Therapy. Yeah, no, that's a big one.
Straight up.
I think developing a healthy relationship with therapy. That was my journey of 2025. We're going to bring it in 2026. But yeah, I think that journey of self-doubt is surrounding yourself with people who love you. And I think when you show, I surround myself, and it's a new journey, but I show people my darkness, but they still look at me like the sun, and I think that is what keeps me going. And
that felt like a bar, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was literally just like, okay, so you
that felt like a bar.
Oh, I'm sure I heard it somewhere. No, but like, yeah, I think that's what's important is having that village to like lift you up, because I'm not here alone. I'm very privileged to have, mom who's supportive, for friends. People who I thought were friends, because you grieve those friendships, but they were there for a reason. And I think that's something that I use. And also, you just change your way of thinking. I think you get into those uncomfortable spaces, and you have to, I think I say show your belly, but when cats trust you, they show you their belly. And I think that's what we do. We show the world our organs, and I know it's bigger than me, and I have a purpose. And I think knowing my purpose is what keeps me going. And I know there's going to be some little kid out there, 12-year-old watching me, Black Panther, what I'm saying, that's going to feel inspired and want to pursue greatness. And so I just constantly remind myself of that. And, I have an 8-year-old nephew. What is he going to think? He's the biggest critic in my life, So I think that's how I push past that.
All right. How do you two handle the self-doubt part of your jobs?
Well, the thing that's coming to my mind right now, because this is what I'm currently doing, my best friend is here with me because we're doing clown school this week. Which
tell me more.
Yeah. So the entire theory around it is basically failing and realizing that you're okay. It's making a complete fool of yourself and then continuing and not giving up and not leaving and not walking away, and just kind of facing that part of yourself that is so scared of rejection or so scared of being ugly or stupid or whatever. And so that's what I'm doing this week to work on self-doubt. But I agree with you completely about the people in my life. I do feel so supported and loved. And so it's I think a bit of self-doubt is good and natural and healthy, but then it's just self-flagellation and narcissism. And it's there's 8 billion people in the world, and isn't this moment of self-doubt the most important thing? I think zooming out on it and realizing that there's really no unique experience under the sun. We all feel all of the things, and which kind of brings me to what is so cool about being an artist. It's shining light on those things, the things that unify us and make us feel less alone and everything. And self-doubt is one of them. And so I just try not to swim in it too long is how I handle it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's definitely, I think it's really important to have a solid, support system, family, friends, who know you, who can keep you grounded, outside of, all of the stuff that we do. I think we're, all in the industry where it's when you're, around people and we're all working together, it's it's easy to hear all the good that you're doing, or just highlight the positive stuff. But to have people in your corner be all right, just keep you grounded. I think it's important to have that, prayer. And then I think for me, it's I know how much worse I would feel if I didn't try. If I didn't go through with it, I know that to me is scarier than succumbing to the doubt. So I think, always like just having that determination to get it done is what drives me. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask you guys one more introspective questions before we get to the fun stuff.
Okay.
Fun but difficult. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sure you guys have many times heard the question of like, okay, what would you tell your younger self? Frankly, y'all too young for me to even ask y'all that. So unless you're going back to when you were 5, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna ask you the opposite, sort of the inverse of this question. What would you tell your older self about the life that you are living now?
I think I'd say I'm doing it for her. Like kind of along the lines of what you're saying with like the inner child work and healing and just trying to be a balanced person who gets to create in the world. It's like, the day-to-day barbs that we experience and work through and everything. Like I really feel like I'm doing all of these things so that when I am my older self, I'm pretty comfy and calm and chill, like I'm trucking so that she feels good.
I don't know how to follow that one up. That's a great one. What would I say to my older self? I think I would just say, I hope you feel loved. And I think I'm always looking for the love. Find the love, loving the scene, loving the friendship, loving the brotherhood, loving the sisterhood. I think this industry can like create a very lonely experience, and God willing, if I'm able to continue telling stories, I think there's a lot of people who try to take energy wise, and I just want to make sure older me is okay, and I would let him know that I'm proud of him, whether he's in this pursuit of being an actor or not, because that doesn't matter. I think it's the humanity. The human experience. I would just be like, hope you're loved. Just know I'm proud of you. So, yeah.
Yeah. I would say definitely like, just like I hope to still like love what I'm doing, I love what I'm doing now, but it's also I'm in a stage where it's like I want to work, I'm in like grind mode where like I'm ready to just knock everything out. So that once I get to that point, I can have that comfortability. I can set my family up and just be able to do certain things. But I think along that journey, it's like you can get lost and it can become not fun. So I think I would tell myself, you're going to be good, for sure. You're going to be good. You're going to be chilling, but just, make sure you still love what you do. Your heart is in the right place.
Okay, our on the couch psychotherapy is over. Now it's it's time for some fun stuff. So, gonna sort of wrap things up with a game.
Uh-oh.
Yes, a game that this is where I feel like the controversy always happens. Because like when people find out what you like and don't like, that's when they get on you. And so I love these games because, they always tell you something interesting about people. It's called This or That.
Oh,
we give y'all 2 choices.
I made some people mad on my
Yep,
last.
good. Yes, that's the way it should be. Make them angry. 2 choices. You must choose one. Don't try to introduce a third option. Don't say like, well, for context, 2 choices.
Okay.
A or B.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Insecure or Atlanta?
Insecure.
I have a feeling which one you gonna be.
Atlanta.
Right.
But we love
Yes,
Insecure.
love
Yeah,
Insecure,
yeah.
but you were on Atlanta, so I understand this.
I'm going to say Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay. A first class flight or a 5-star hotel?
See,
First class flight.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1,000,000%.
yeah, I'm honestly like, I'm too big. I'm like 6'12", like being like in the plane. So
Right.
I just like with like this year, like they send you on flights and they put you in first class. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
So anytime first class.
Yeah, especially you get the lay flat seats. Oof. Game changer.
First class.
First
Yeah.
class. All right. Voice note or text essay?
Oh,
I feel like this is where this is gonna be the thing that turns us against each other.
So I had a friend send me like a 6-minute voice note, and it took me 2 weeks to get back to it. It's like a podcast, you know. At one point, at least if you send me a paragraph, I can skim it, Cliff Notes version, you know. So I say a paragraph. There's a limit though.
It's so because is it like is it reading it or is it like like sending it out?
Oh, changes a lot.
Yeah.
That changes it because I feel like I feel like I would text more, but I feel like just to get a voice note, I feel like it would be more convenient.
Oh, okay.
But it depends on
Yeah. You're saying like if you were personally like you rather text.
If I'm doing
yeah, but you rather receive.
I'd rather type it out. Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think I have voice notes. I love it when my girls send me a podcast. Like, send me the 12-minute thing.
I'm
like,
just like, get to it.
No, I want to hear about all of it, and I want to tell you about all of it. So I like voice notes.
Or since you started it,
all right,
the Siri, when you just say it and it writes out the words.
I've never done that.
Bro, that's easy.
But see, I feel like it gets it wrong though.
It does.
And then I also have a foul mouth, so like it's just not gonna work. It's gonna it's not gonna get the right cadence.
It's gonna try to change
the
right F word to duck.
You know what I'm saying?
Duck you.
Duck you, right. That's what it's gonna be. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay. Social media breaks or just staying tapped in?
Social media breaks.
Yeah, social media breaks.
Yeah. What's the longest breaks you guys have taken?
I'll just, for like 4 or 5 months,
Mm-hmm.
like I definitely just get off of there sometimes. When I'm like healthy and happy, I do.
That's very well adjusted.
I don't think I've gotten there, but it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
Yes.
I think I did maybe a month. I did a month. When TikTok shut down, bro, I was hurt, bro.
Yeah.
I was going through it, bro. I was like, nah, this is not it.
Yeah. It's easy when you're working too. True. Like, I feel like I do breaks when I work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather play the hero or the villain?
In life?
On screen.
Okay.
On screen.
I'm gonna say hero. I'm gonna say hero.
Yeah, I'll say hero as well.
I think hero. Yeah.
Even though you make a good villain.
Thank you.
Yes.
I would do it again.
Yeah,
like I love playing a villain. I think I would like to do that next. A villain would be really cool. But the hero arc is really just a fun one to study. It just really taps into the human spirit, and I like that.
Okay. And finally, watching your own work or avoiding it?
Avoiding it.
You don't like to watch yourself?
I will do it like at the premiere, and it's good. Like I feel like you need to see it, but I just don't like to watch it. Yeah, it just makes me feel awkward and self-critical.
It gets cringy.
Yeah, cringy.
But there's also the thing that's like the first time you watch it, you notice all the like things that you want to change or pick apart about yourself, and then the second time you watch it, you can kind of like watch it. So actually,
my experience is flipped because I'm like so overwhelmed. I'm like, and then I watch it again. I'm like, yeah. I think I avoid my work after it comes out, but I think when I'm on set, I'm like chronically like trying to see it. Because coming from sports, you like watch film and then you're like, you can't see yourself. So like some tics that I've done, like apparently I blink a lot when there's a close up. So I wouldn't know that if I didn't watch. So I think when I'm working, I chronically watch it.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, see, that was painless, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to thank all of you for joining me. You guys have had incredible starts to your career. And you've accomplished so much, and the beauty of it is like you are just really scratching the surface. Like ceiling is way up here. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the success. Like it goes by fast, right? This whole journey. So, but thank you all, and congratulations on everything, and continue to entertain us, make us laugh, cry, feel all the things, hate you, love you, all those things. So congratulations, and thank you for joining Unscripted. That's it for this episode of Image Unscripted, presented by the NAACP. Huge thanks to Tyriq Withers, Jaz Sinclair, and Miles Caton for sharing their inspirations, highs, and keeping it real. If you enjoyed this conversation, share it with a friend, subscribe, and watch on YouTube. And if you're listening, set your alerts on your podcast platforms so you don't miss the next episode. I'll catch you next time. And until then, keep it Black, keep it brilliant, keep it unscripted.